Hello guys, right, we're back at Legendia. The sun is out, it's the Saturday afternoon, haven't even got my rods out yet. There's no rush, it's really hot, so I think our best chance will be later when it cools down a bit, so I'm no rush. I've probably been here about 2.5, 3 hours now. The rod's already made up, the rigs are done, bait's even tied, but I'm just considering really what to do with my third rod. So yeah, as you might, if you've ever watched any of my videos before from here, you've seen we've been here a couple of times. I am starting, even though I didn't go so well in the lodge swim last year, and from what John has said already, most of the fish have come down the other end, but I'm a stubborn old git, so I'm going to stay here and try the lodge swim in the, this is the shallower end of the lake. If it doesn't pan out, I can move. Gary is down in his favourite swim 4. Swim 5 is available, which I moved to when I did a similar tactic last year. Let's go for a walk. When I did a similar thing last year, and I didn't catch from here. I struggled from here, moved down to 5 and caught. But you know what's even more a challenge? I'll have another go here. I mean, it's so comfortable here, but you know, there we go. Let's have a look. Let's have a walk. So the lake's behind me. There it is. And let's go and see Mr. C. He'll be down here. I mean, you know, I mean, I say I'm stubborn because I quite enjoy sitting here in this lodge swim. It is very comfortable, but I'm not gonna just sit there for the sake of it and not catch. I will move if I think the fish are coming out down the bottom. I'll be off ski. I'll give it a couple of days. If I was fishing, if my life depended on it, I'd go in 5. But I think, as I said last year, keep walking, come on, get on with it, Smith. Last year, when Gary was catching in 4 quite well, I wasn't catching. John taught me into going down to 5, which I already knew. I went down to 5, caught a couple, and Gary never caught anything. I put the markers on him. I mean, that meant all 6 lines were in the drink in that half of the lake. I mean, so, you know, but I went down there. And actually, talking of, when I say if I had to fish for my life, I want to say to the people who wish me well after my health scare, well, I had a heart attack not so long ago. Thanks for all the well wishers. A few of the guys who, I know there's only about 8 people watch these videos in the history of ever, but a couple of guys wish me well. Thank you. I'm still above ground. I'm still going. And but just as on that, guys, you know, I'm 59 now. I always felt well. I played football and sport all my bloody life and fit as a fiddle, I thought. But you know, funny what things catch up with you. And you know, I only had a bit of pain in the chest. Took myself to the hospital and they operated me on that day. He said, thank God you come in here. Our main artery was blocked, so if you're feeling a bit crook, I know men don't like doing it, but take yourself off to the hospital and go and get checked out. The only thing as well, the annoying thing about obviously having a heart attack is annoying, but I was flying to Thailand the next day. Yeah, flying to bloody holiday. I wait all year for it, and what did I do? Have a heart attack. How inconsiderate of me. And that messed up my fishing at Jurassic Mountain. Yeah, so I lost that. So really, this is my first trip. Right, we're round at the social. Now, John, being John, he's never satisfied. He's always improving. He has made the social area. And that's the bar. There's seats, there's lights. You can buy the beer from him on the barrels and just put it in and it pumps itself up. Like when I thought we saw the videos at the old Tottenham Stadium when they first met. There's a table tennis right in front of me. Table tennis table here. There's a dartboard. And now this is the new, here, look, come and have a look. This is the new bar. And these pump things here is where you put the kegs of beer. It all lights up. There they are, the kegs. We'll have a go later, I'll put them in. But yeah, this is so this is a social swim between swim 3 and 4. He's always trying to do something good, John, isn't he? He's always trying something and making improvements. There's new lighting in the swims, there's new way stations in the swims. They're all good for fish care. Down to swim 4, take the old glasses off because they're steaming up. I don't know why I wear glasses, I don't even really like them. I think I look good in them, but I probably don't. And here, wearing his check shirt, the old boy himself. Here he is, hello. My fishing partner, who's kindly once again used his Carp and got us here. It is pretty easy. We left Portsmouth. I live in Portsmouth. Come back here and see both of our ugly mugs. I live in Portsmouth, so we just get on the ferry overnight, had a couple of beers, and had some kit and generally a slow drive down, so no rush. Picked up our shopping at the supermarket, got a few burgers, a few sausages and snags, bits and pieces, and we are ready to go. So
almost ready.
Almost ready. You might be a bit far away there. Yeah. But yeah, so Gary is in probably the hot swim 4. I think, like I said, if I had to pick one to catch, being the first prize money, I'll be in there, and 5. But I'm going to stick it out on that lodge for a little bit. So there we go. We'll see how it goes, guys. I'm sure we catch something. I said that last year, and I got to about 3 days, and I was moved. But nothing's a certainty, so it's going to be hot, so the daytimes could be a struggle. Night, John said last week that most of the fish were coming out at night and in the early morning. So I've more or less got 2 rods where I know where I'm going on. I'm in an area what to do with my 3rd rod, but we'll have a go. So first rods, no rods in the drink yet. We'll see what happens. If I don't drop this camera, I'm going to turn it off, and we'll see you all later.
Bye.
Right, here we are, still at Legendia on the first day, and this is the social swim that John has built. The King's Arms, we've got the dartboard, we have got a pool table, a ping pong table tennis table, that's what I was looking for, and this is the bar. And I haven't had a beer yet, so I'm about to have my first one. So, barman Len, a pint of your finest, please. There we go. Well, I'm a bit thirsty. This is going to taste nice. There we go. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, John. Thank you very much. Not bad. Cheers, Len. Good. Well, 2 o'clock in the morning on the first night. Oh, it's probably Saturday. It's Sunday morning now because it's 2 o'clock, as I just said. And I had my first fish of the week. It was £35. I couldn't get any photos because Gary's right around the other side. I wasn't going to go and wake him up. If it was 55, maybe I would. So I'm off the mark with my first fish. Yeah, great, good start. God, it was a feisty thing as well. It certainly had some power, and it was still thrashing around in the net. So it's gone back nice and safe. And yeah, off the mark. Nice one. Let's see what else I can get. Morning. The first morning, last night, as you saw, I had the £35 mirror. That was 2 in the morning. Then later, probably about, it would have been 4 o'clock in the morning, I had another smaller carp, and it was about £10. I've actually seen quite a lot of carp around that size and smaller swimming around on the surface. And definitely down in the corner there seems to be a lot of carp around that size. Maybe there are a couple of year-old carp that have grown on. And are coming through. Probably not ideal. I mean, you can't net the lake time and money every year, can you? But it seems to be, because also Gary has caught one in it. When I said I caught one at 10, he said, well, hit about 2 in the morning or something like that. He caught one which was even smaller. So he's had 1 fish down in swim 4, and I've had the 2. It's going to be, as I said, I might mention, it's going to be a hot week. The sun is out. There was, for a little while, I thought I might not fish between 12 and 4 or something, but and just get some good sleep really. But I think with the days being so hot, if I do that, with them being the prime hours, I'll be restricting myself. So yeah, I will definitely fish tonight, because I think, as probably all carp owners will know, when it's really hot, it's difficult. So the prime hours are probably from 8 o'clock to about 9 in the morning. So, but we'll see. Keep going. But yeah, 2 fish on the first night, which is kind of decent, and we'll see what we can get. I mean, I always think, I don't know about you guys, but it usually takes me a couple of days to really get in the rhythm of putting it on the spot and just ironing out any little mistakes I make. So yeah, 2 fish for me, 1 for Gary. It's only been, we haven't been here 24 hours yet, so at least we've caught, so that's good. Let's see what else we can get. Good morning. Hello, the church bells are ringing. So it is Monday morning. Last night, obviously Sunday night, I had 1 run, probably 1 in the morning. I came out, the bobbin was up the top. I bet a lot of people, it's up the top, you just pull it down about 1 inch and it goes back up again. So I hit that. and nothing. No, which was surprising. You think, well, something's picked it up or something's happened, but yeah, there was nothing there, and you know, a few dams and back to bed. And then this morning, another run, hit into that. Didn't seem particularly big. Got it in pretty quick under the rod tip, and it was a mirror. No, it was a common. It was a common, and it was about, I didn't weigh it, it was about 14, 15 pound. John did say yesterday, any fish sort of like probably less than 12 pound, especially the commons, to put in the stock pond. So he probably knows he's got one or two of them too many. So yeah, so I've had a couple of them. Yeah, can't get into the bigger ones. Obviously, there's a lot of bigger ones still in here. I know Gary last night he moved to 5 from 4, and he had a grass carp. I don't think he had one small fish before that. So yeah, you'd have thought probably more would have come down that end of the lake because it's usually been the more successful end for us. But he, you know, he's had the one grass. I haven't had a report from him this morning because it's not that late. It's about 8 o'clock, and you know, this is one of the lovely things about sitting in this room. I've already had a cup of coffee and a nice chocolate cookie. I know you could have that down there anyway, but hey, it's just nice. And at the moment, you know, I'm getting as many runs here as what Gary is down there. So I've got the bonus of the lodge, the lovely view, and I'm still getting as many. So yeah, it's going to be a warm week. I said that yesterday or the day before. It's going to be hot today. I would like to catch fish during the day. I love catching fish during the day. I think that's why I like going to Thailand and things like that, because it's all fishing during the day there. And you know, I'm not the most organised at night, and so. But with the real hot weather, it becomes a bit difficult during the day. It's just the way it is. We all know that as carp fishermen. Carp come up, they have a cruise around on the surface. They're not really interested, but all you can do is stick with it, or you know, sometimes it's best to just bring your rods in and rest up the stream, get some bait out and take it easy. But so Monday morning, it is lovely not to be at work. It is nice to be fishing. It's going to be a sunny day, which is a nice thing, but not so great for the fishing. It is what it is. So yeah, I'd like to catch one of the bigger ones. Let's see, but I might have to wait for the evening and early mornings for that. But we'll see. Keep going with it, eh? Right, Tuesday morning, and the sun is out again, as I think it's going to be most of the week, but I think it did say maybe on Thursday we get a bit of rain. So it is now probably about 11 o'clock in the morning, so I reckon our chance to today might have gone to this evening. I mean, we haven't caught anything in late afternoon when it gets warm, but that's pretty similar for any fishing back in the UK. If it gets too hot, it can drift away in the afternoon. So yeah, so last night I did catch a 37 pound one, so that was good. Got the photographs, dragged Gary around because sorry we haven't got so much footage of it actually playing fish. Being that I'm in the lodge and Gary's right down at 5, it's a bit difficult. We can't just run off and leave your rods, not that far. It's not right. So, but I did get Gary around for some pictures. You've got to have some sort of evidence we caught something. So, in fact, I've caught 2 things. I caught an eel as well. That wasn't really wanted, but yeah, it was foul hooked as well. So it was obviously rummaging around with the bait and the bits and pieces, the pellets and the maize I put out, and got itself foul hooked. So that wasn't welcome. So really, so yeah, that's probably it. You know, you can always get lucky. Fish come out in the day, but. I reckon, but we're going to knock it on here and go shopping in a minute anyway, get some supplies. So I'm not sure Gary had anything last night, so I mean, I wouldn't have thought, it would be surprised, but actually I think I'm ahead of Gary, which we thought really most of the fish, as I said, would have been 4 and 5, but not at the moment. So I'm doing all right, considering last year I didn't do so good in this swim. But fishing's a strange thing, isn't it? So yeah, I'm happy with the 37 pounds. Still the real big 18 fish are avoiding us, but we'll stick with it. So it's going to be a nice sunny afternoon. Just take it easy and wait for the witch an hour later. So crack on with it, guys. Good afternoon. Wednesday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, and I'm sitting outside the lodge because it's really hot yesterday and really hot today. You know, nice to be in here in this weather, but not great for the fishing. And last night was the first night I never had a run, which was obviously disappointing. Whether it was to do with the heat or whether it was just the way it is, who knows. But yeah, so nothing now for about 48 hours. Gary said he lost one up the net down in swim 5, and this morning he caught a grass carp. So unfortunate to lose one, but the grass carp, they're okay. I mean, the mad things are grass carp, aren't they? When you get them, you've got to be careful. We didn't take a picture because they went nuts. It fought everywhere, Gary said, and in the net it's still spitting defiance, so we let it go as soon as possible. So especially in this heat, So really, I've been for the last 2 or 3 hours. I've been sitting on my bum, doing nothing, tying some more rigs. Just got one. I'm just looking at it. A Ronnie rig ready for tonight. I've been using them turbo German rigs, as they call them, on a snowman setup. I hadn't been using the snowman for a little while, and I thought, well, it's a good compromise, isn't it, from the bottom base to the pop-up. So I've been using them, and that's what I've caught all my fish on so far. But I just thought, because there's a little bit of chod out there. I mean, there's a lot of trees, right? It's a tree-lined lake. It's like an old English estate lake, so a little bit of leaves and debris on the bottom. So I thought, let's try one out of the 3, give it a go. So, but apart from that, I've been sitting here doing not a lot, listening to podcasts. I'm looking over there because I've got it on. The Stick to Cricket ones, I quite like them, with Tuffers and Michael Vaughan and Bumble. They're good. It's a shame Bumble's not on the Test Match Special anymore, isn't it? Some people don't, they get moved on that, and all of a sudden, because they don't say the right thing or appear right, that they're too woke. And still talking of woke, there's one good thing: Starmer's gone, hasn't it? Anyway, leave the politics alone. But yeah, so I'll get ready to put my rods out again probably in another 2 hours. Let it cool down, get them out on the money. I thought I did have them out on the money last night, but when I brought 2 rods, I had 2 rods quite close together, and when I brought one in, I caught the line on the other. Now, I tell you what, I know what that was all about. You must have done it. If you've done this, you've probably been in this world of pain. One of the annoyances of carp fishing, I know I'm waffling on a bit here, but if you've ever used a bait boat, I used a bait boat from the lodge. I send it out from the lodge here, and I watch it go across the lake to where it's going to go. And because it's closer, I can see where I want it, I can drop it, and then I'll either drive it back or pick it up over there. Now you watch it go straight. It's going straight. It's chugging along nice and straight on line. Your line is relatively straight. It's taking line off the spool. Good. And then when you walk round, I'm still watching it through the trees. It's on line. And then you get over to your swim, and the thing's going the other way. It's turned round. It's off. It's not going straight. Oh, for God's sake! Why does it do that? So I reckon on one or the other of the rods, which I had probably about 12 foot away from each other, I'd managed to get the line slightly not straight, and it crossed. And whether I'd caught a fish, I'd have probably just had to bring both rods in, or it might have cost me the fish. Who knows? I've got to be more careful. But they always do it. Why do they do it? They're just trying to pee you off. If you've got one of them GPS boats, and that mine's just a normal, probably almost old-fashioned boat now, but it's a decent old thing. So no more going on. Wait for it to cool down, get my baits out again, see what else I can get. Sticking with it. Legendia. Alright, hello there. It's Thursday afternoon. We're reporting on last night's activities. So we both caught a fish, which is good. I had a 38 pounder. I made a couple of adjustments with my rigs, and I put it actually towards the centre of the lake in the open water, and that was the rod that came good. So a little bit of thought and a little change of tactic worked. So after the others have been on the margin. So 38 pound for me, and Gary outdid me with one of 47.
Yeah, 47 pound common. Very nice fish. I also had a slight change of tactics. I've been fishing a spot where I'd had 2 grass carp, nice grass carp, 21 and 28 pound, but they're a bit crazy and a bit wild, so I thought I'd stay away from that spot and move to a new spot, and got a 47, so yeah, very pleased with that.
47, yeah, it's a fish Jean has seen the picture I sent him, and he's called Fenir, and it's a new fish for this year. I think my fish as well was a new fish as well, because we're not clever enough to catch the old wise ones, so the 2 new stockies we managed to snuggle out. Actually, I knew mine because the mouth of mine was absolutely perfect. It looked like it had never been caught before. It was great, and I tell you, it's strong fish, because in the net it nearly busted through the net when I put it in there. So yeah, great. So that's 5 fish each. We're not counting my foul hooked eel, and we're not catching Gary's foul hooked roach,
which was about that big.
My eel was actually quite a nice eel,
Yeah.
but it was foul hooked in the back. So yeah, that's good. But there is, let's say, there is nothing to dislike here. We talked about some of the things we were just talking about, what you could find not to like at Legendia, and you would have to go completely out of your way to find something you don't like. I know I'm struggling, but I nearly broke my leg and fell down the step here at the lodge swim, because the first step you go down to another one, and there's about 2 holes in there, and I went straight down there at night. That's a bit dicey, needs filling in. Plus I've got a boot full of water.
Yeah, and then the only thing I could think of is there's a few trees that have matured and are actually overhanging and touching the water. There's one to the right of swim 5 that 2 of the fish I've caught have managed to get the line caught in that just above the water level. It's not been a problem because they pull out, but it just needs 6 foot taken off.
Bit of strimming, bit of
strimming. If I had my strimmer with me, I'd do it myself.
Yeah. Apart from that, everything has been as wonderful as always, and John has brought us cakes. Thank you again, John. Any other? What else can I talk? Talked about things, a subject known as wittery, with something usually beginning with like wittery, things you've done wrong and messed up, because you can't go a whole week without messing something up as a fisherman. Maybe Terry Hearn doesn't, because he's too slick, but I'll go for one. I've filled up my bait and the old hopper, put my boat out, put it straight in the water, went to send it off and hit the trapdoor button, and it fell all on the drink in front of me. That was a bit wittery. And I talked about the boat going anywhere but straight, but last night I actually managed to get it a bit straighter. So after I talked about it yesterday, I'm not sure I've done too much. One for you?
Apart from the usual, put stuff down and not remembering where I've put it, and looking for hours for it. I did manage to not put the landing net back in properly, and then when I had that grass carp, I picked it up to land the fish, and it just collapsed.
Yeah, so, I did that as well.
Yeah, that was slightly frustrating.
That's definitely wittery.
Yeah, that is wittery. Yeah,
yes.
It is wittery.
And the only other thing was actually a non-fishing thing. I went to get my, just before I was going to bed, I had a couple of beers, I went to get my wash bag, grabbed my toothpaste, grabbed what I thought was the toothpaste, and actually sprayed it, put it all on the old toothbrush, and cleaned my teeth in hand cream. Didn't taste that good, so that was wittery, but nothing to do with fishing. But anyway, back on the subject, look, we're doing okay. We've had 5 fish each. We're sort of on course to what the guys did last week. There was 4 and they had 20, so
and I would say the conditions are not as in our favour as they were last week, so I think we're doing well.
Yeah, we're better than them.
Yeah.
We're the greatest, me and you. I've always liked you.
30-degree days.
I've always liked you.
Well, that's handy, that, isn't it?
Right, shut up. Off we go. There is a rumour there might be some rain later, but I don't know.
Yeah, can't see it.
Don't know. Anyway, guys, we're having a good time. Even if we don't catch any more, I've caught more than I did last year, which wasn't difficult, especially from the lodge, because I tell you exactly what I caught from this swim last year. Nothing. And I had to go down swim 5 and nab a couple down there. So I'm doing a bit better than I did last year in this swim. I think I must be a wiser angler. I think I'm probably... Every year I've grown wiser, or is it just luck? That Thursday evening, probably about 9:30, 20 to 10. I mean, it's still light. It's unbelievable when it's brilliant. It's the advantage of the summer fishing. Bong, I've got a bong. Is that you get this light weather, and it's light in the morning about 4:30. What you do get against you is the hot weather during the day and no fish during the day. Yeah, bit of a pain, that one. Anyway, look, we're cooking. Barbecue. Another thing which is great with the summer fishing. At the lodge I've got the barbecue, but I must admit, I don't know if it's going to crack off, but you probably can't see it, but I noticed the clouds probably not showing. Clouds are looking a bit grey over... There's a cricket over Bill's mother's. It's looking a bit grey over there. I know Gary's in 5 and he's been sleeping out. I did just ring him up and said, have you seen them clouds rolling in? There's a bit of rain forecast, so but I'll be in the lodge. It can rain as much as it wants. My barbecue pork chops and chicken are nearly done, so I'm cool. Yeah, hope I get another fish tonight. Just one night I haven't, so fingers crossed. We're sticking with it, guys. I'll get another one tonight. Let's hope so. But nice to get a 50. Well, it's Friday morning. A bit cooler today. A little bit of rain last night, and it's a bit cooler. Actually, looking down, my bait is just down there, and it has been. It's bubbling now. I don't know if you can see it. It's been kicking up like a jacuzzi for about an hour, right in front of me. I've just been hand feeding pellets, and my bait is right in the middle of them bubbles, which has been it's just been going for about the last hour. You think, God, that's got to take it. I tell you, if you could see what goes on all the time, you would be really pull your hair out. And that's just spawning this morning. There's carp on the surface out there, rolling around together. A few of them have been in the margins right near me, flapping around in the margin, rubbing up against us, so they're spawning. Maybe because it has dropped a bit of temperature. That's what they do. I'm not too up on these things really, but there are carp out there now. I can see rolling around together. So, but yeah, you'd imagine with it being cooler today, the conditions are better. But if they're spawning, that could scupper that. But yeah. Yeah, there's carp rolling around on the surface together, not just cruising, they're splashing around out there. So they're spawning again today. But it's amazing, my bait. You know, in fact, one of my videos about 3 or 4 years ago, I came around here after not catching down in swim 4, saw bubbles down there, dropped a bait in and caught one within about 3 or 4 minutes. So I've had my bait down there for an hour this morning. I said it's been bubbling absolutely massively. I've been sort of one hand on the rod and it hasn't gone. Strange old game, this fishing. Sticking with it last day really, because we'll be off very early in the morning. We're getting the earlier ferry home than we normally do tomorrow, so we're on a pretty quick exit. But there we go. See what we can get. Okay, an update. Still Friday morning. It's been an eventful hour. I was just sitting here minding my business. My phone rang. Gary went, "I've got one in the net. Can you quickly come and take a picture?" So I scooted down there, and he had a nice 40-pound common in the net. We've got the pictures, so they'll be on the end of this film. And quickly came back. I was only here about 3 or 4 minutes, and my open rod water shot off, and I hooked into that nicely, and I brought it in. You know, I was probably almost down towards swim 4, and brought it back in. It had a little skirmish under the willow tree, which is actually in the background here. It got under there, and I managed to get it out and got it in the net. Looked down, thought, yes, and it was a nice mirror. Probably, I was average when I looked at it, about 35 pound, I think it would have been. And I rang Gary up and said, you just said you were coming up to have a wash and bring your rods in anyway. I said, get a scoot on and you can take a picture for me as well. And he said, yeah, no worries. So I got the cradle wet, got my bucket of water all ready, and it was here. And I thought, you know, I know what I do. I just advanced me, see if I can. I'd have another little perch into the landing net. See, I had the forceps in my hand. See if I can get the hook out. You know, if you can get the line and the hook out the way, you see, even better. It's a job done. That's one thing out the way. And then you just got to get on with the cradle and the weighing. So I just leant down, feathered down the line, got down to its mouth. I could see the hook just about to get my forceps in it, and it thrashed. It went mad and hopped and jumped, and I sort of pulled back. I thought the carp was still in the net, but it wasn't. It had gone. It was an escape artist. It jumped out, and that was the end of that, gone. And I was all soaking wet where it thrashed. About 10 seconds later, Gary came around the corner, and I'm looking all wet. He said, what's happened? I said, no rush on the photo, it's gone. But it counts as a capture. I caught it, it was in the net. The only thing I've lost is a picture, which is a shame. It's a shame because I haven't had any pictures of daytime fish. So, yeah, I probably should have waited. But, you know, you try. If you can get the rod out the way and the line and the hook, it's just one good thing. But I've seen them escape before. It hasn't ever happened to me before. I tell you what, I've seen them happen at Gillam's, and I've been in Thailand when you've got, you know, a big 100+ Siamese in the net, and they've actually thrashed as they've gone to get them out, and they've thrashed and gone through the net, burst the net, actually split the mesh and gone. And you get some very unhappy anglers then, you know, their prize capture. They might not have had one such a size before, and they've lost it, and they're looking very glum and apologetic guides. So I've actually seen them with real big ones, you know, double netting them now. But I've lost my capture, but it was nice to catch the fish in the day and play it in the day. You can have the run. I said before many times, I do enjoy playing the fish in the day. So nice to get one. Shame I didn't get the picture, but it counts as a capture. I'm taking it. It was in the net, and it was in the net for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then it was gone. Oh dear. Well, it's Friday night, our last night. Just a view up the lake. Makes a change from looking at my mug. The rods have gone out about half hour ago. It's still very warm. Nothing during the day today. Wasn't really expected. I think if something came, it was a bonus. Actually, at about 2 o'clock, I took the rods out for about 3 hours. So, and rested them. I've just put them back out again. One up the middle on a Ronnie. I've had 2 fish on the Ronnie. And 2 on the left-hand margin. Bottom bait have worked. I've had one, and I've had 2 on the snowman. The only thing with the snowman, the crays, if you get too close to the edge, the crays do like the top section of the snowman. They pop up, and a couple of times I bought the snowman in and it was decapitated. The Ronnies had got it. I was using a hard bottom bait, so they couldn't mangle that. And I had to turn the sensitivity down on the Dowkims because you crays are at it, so every half hour at night, beep, 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 and it's waking you up. Just the way it is, isn't it? It's part of fishing. But, you know, there are a few crays, especially the closer you get to the edges. So if I get anything else, I'll update you in the morning, unless we get something pretty quick and I can get a picture of it, unlike the escape artist this morning, which was a shame. But if not, this is probably a wrap almost for this video. Done okay. Both Gary and me had about 6 fish each. Gary's had a couple of big ones on me. And we will be back next year in September. And the next time, unless Gary and me do decide to go somewhere in the UK, which we might do, we have talked about it. We've even talked about going and having some fly fishing. Down near me in Arundel, there's Chalk Springs. We were looking at it today. I've never tried it. You can have some tuition and go and catch a couple of, I think it's like a 2 fish limit, and you might have a go. Oh, there's your beep. That could be your cray, because I'm backleading and it's straight out. So, you know, what really can it be? But I have put a lot of bait out there. So, yeah, that'll be it. If not, I will see you next year. Hopefully, being all is well and I don't keel over again the day before, I will see you in Thailand at Jurassic Mountain. One could think Jurassic Mountain did let us move our deposit, well, move our holiday and keep our deposit. Once again, in COVID times, Jurassic and go through bowlers, Jo, she's done us proud again, because I did see a couple of the other big venues in Thailand more or less saying, when there was the Middle East problem with the flights and that, no, you've lost your flights, and that's it, it's in the rules. A little bit harsh, I think. Some return customers have been going for many years and they've lost it. I thought, well, I wouldn't be going back to them people. I know it's the rules, but anyway, that's enough. Hopefully it's going to be a lovely evening. I've just opened a beer. I'm going to really enjoy it because I am thirsty, and we'll see if I can get one more for the camera or one more for the picture. And if not, it's been a good trip once again. We thank John for his kindness and coming round, and his cakes and extra bait he's chipped in with us. Always warm welcome. So we will see you next year, John, and we will see this lake next year in September. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry there's not more fish action. Well, actually, let's face it, there's diddly of it. But if you've learned something, then good. If you know something I don't, also come back and say, we fished it, and this is what we did, and actually we've had some better results. So it works both ways, guys. I'll see you later. Cheers. Right, just a quick last update. As I said, if we caught anything, I would update you. And we both caught. Gary had a 36 really late this morning, just as he was packing up, he caught it. And but I had one at midnight, and it was a 35. Lovely run. Out open water again on the Ronnie rig, shot off. But it was a good fight out in the open water. And so yeah, two more fish, one each last night. So ended up a pretty good total and a good week, and we'll be back next year. See you at Legendia. No, this is Legendia. See you at Jurassic Mountain in Thailand. There's going to be some fish there.